I'm going to be introducing myself by telling you about my grandmother, because she helped shape me into the person that I am today. First, by retelling the shocking moment when I realized that I was relating to her more and more. Then, by comparing her 20s to mine. And lastly, by telling why everyone should want to be just like her. When you are a teenager, there is an ever-constant attitude of only being misunderstood. So when I found myself relating to her more than my group of friends and confiding in her more than my peers, I was slightly perplexed. Didn't my friends know what was best for me? Wasn't everyone over 22 out to get me, and was I not a completely unique snowflake? Well, George Santayana explained this confusing experience best when he said, "Parents lend children their experience in a vicarious memory. Children endow their parents with vicarious immortality." Being 17 and the coolest thing since Go-Gurt, coming to terms with seeing yourself reflected in your grandmother, rather than the other way around, can be a little confusing. But I was happy to have someone so understanding to talk to. Fast forward to now, only 4 years later, and even in even more ways, I'm more like my grandmother. Although I'm giving myself a little more credit than I deserve here. In my grandmother's 20s, she was actually way cooler than me. She had already moved to Japan, had her first child, and was in a motorcycle club that visited Mount Fuji. While my hobbies include pressing the continue watching button on Netflix an uncomfortable amount of time, and reading. She spent her first year of marriage working and living with her in-laws while her husband was deployed in Vietnam. I'm spending my first year working for her in-laws alongside her in the businesses they started while my husband is deployed in Qatar. This business I just referred to is my grandmother and grandfather's, built up from his father's welding business to a store, a laundromat, a car wash, a campground, rental properties, etc., etc. This business was only made successful by her working 7 days a week for over 20 years. I have always admired her work ethic and hope to one day work at least half as hard as she has. Because of her endless experiences, my mama is the person that I always go to for advice and for someone to talk to. As I previously stated, I started when I was a teenager. I want to be that person for my children and grandchildren. I want to be as understanding, kind, and hardworking. I want to explore. I want to ride motorcycles. I want to be a good role model. And I want to be just like her. But for now, I'm still asking her how to make my own doctor's appointments. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.